100% off the strength, man.
Off the strength.
Can't get that off the strength.
I'm really trying to find a way to kind of help steer that ship in the right direction. We do have an abundance of these resources. It's just a matter of getting it out to the people and making it, accessible. So when I see somebody that's doing that at an emblematic level that I know people will actually listen to, salute to you for everything that you've accomplished in life, right? And I mean that you will still go further to accomplish. But this in particular, you stepping into health and wellness, I've seen you rock stages all over the place. How did it feel for you to step up on a stage at a space that's literally for straight up vegans, Vegandale, and you rock a concert like that with plant-based people actually coming to see you?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. A lot of them there's probably half and half. Mm-hmm. And people coming to get the experience, but it's about the energy and it's about us knowing that we could do this. Like, one day I aim to be as gracious, smart, and open as Dick Gregory. Mm-hmm. I'm not there yet though. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I even tell people I'm plant-based, because I respect what PETA does. I respect what the Humane Society does, but I need that for us.
Yeah.
So it hurts me to be able to see people connect with animals and willing to fight for animals. And the only difference between me and you is my skin color, our DNA, and our ethnic background. Yeah. Other than that, 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes. So I sit in certain places and I go, wow, these people are going hard for these people. And then as a black man, it's just different. So one day I want to be as great as Dick Gregory, but that's something I'm striving towards. So that's why I even say I'm plant-based. I don't tell people how to eat. I think God knew better than me when he put animals here. I think he knew somebody was gonna eat these fucking animals. I wanna save the earth, I wanna save the animals, I wanna save my people, but I try to stay from a point of let's balance it out, let's take one day at a time, and let's not be too judgmental. And I don't try to force feed anything down people's throat. We just try to lay up what we feel and what we know is helpful through experience, through trials and tribulations, through other people's stories, with expectations that if the people need it, they're gonna grab on and latch onto it. And we just messengers. We just doing our job as messengers at the end of the day.
And you carrying the message, man. It resonates, especially when you don't come at it with that pious kind of nature. That's the other thing. The elite side of health and wellness is like, you doing this, you're wrong. You're a bad person.
And that's whack, because they don't come down to where it's happening.
Exactly.
So if you want to make the change and you want to point and you want to be judgmental, get out there and show, because I feel like if a lot of these groups, if they have more connection with the actual people that on poor neighborhoods that push the culture, these people won't understand, because we have more likenesses with going through the struggle than somebody who's never been through the struggle.
Yeah, man.
So we may have more compassion for that animal once we get to understand what's going on, and particularly how it's going on. But that's another story for another time.
Listen, I told you we're gonna get this philosophical SP inside here. I feel it.
Man, you laying out so much. My curiosity takes me to, can you talk through what it's like as you elevate from the block, you on tour, you into these affluent neighborhoods, right? And what is it like to stay true to what it is that you know is right for, being plant-based and things of that nature? Because there's going to be so much around you. Like Tom was talking about, like, you go from nothing to an abundance of everything, or, you got homies that's just not on the same shit that you on. Like, how does that transition feel? How you, stay core?
Well, I trying to figure out how to word this. My elevation is always to come back and elevate those who came from where I come from. So I'm not looking at it as I'm elevating and I'm beyond them. Like, if I've elevated anywhere I've grown and matured is due to myself wanting to help myself, or people wanting to help me, or me learning from people, me learning from someone. So it comes from growth, maturity, and information. So I'm going to try to provide that same information for people who are grown, mature, and as I say, I'm the messenger and I'm one with everybody. So I go from that approach where I don't feel so different, because I still understand the struggle. Like, if I go take you out to lunch and lunch is on me, I ain't buying pork. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna pay for the lunch, and I'm gonna try to teach you as we go. Here's my analogy. If you're flying and you learning how to fly and you trying to head up, you didn't master flying yet. You're on the process of trying to master flying and shooting up. If you're trying to fly and you're looking down, you're not gonna fly.
You going down.
You're gonna crash. You're gonna crash into something.
Into something.
There's no way you could go up and fly up with looking down.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's our job to fly up, stay up, and then fly on back down, get our information, and then whoever takes the information, and I'm not gonna stop flying though.
Of course.
That's the points, but I don't get worried about who's gonna take it or who's not gonna take it. It's my job to give it out there, and for those who embrace it and embrace the energy, and you know, if they're in my soul tribe, they're gonna get it, and if 1 out of 100 get it, I did my job. Right. And you keep pushing, but if you worry about the resistance and how people feel, it'll stop you every time.
Speaking personally, like I had to learn how to take that approach. You know what I'm saying? I studied movement, and my family don't move.
Yeah.
Right. So how do I get you to get this information that people paying me top dollar for because they can afford it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, like, where can I meet you at? Like, what problems do you have?
Well, my thing is with that, persistence. I think it's persistence and really pointing out what's happening at the same time. And if they don't get it, somebody's gonna get it. And persistence and leading through example always seem to work. Like they're watching, they see you, they know what y'all doing. It may take a little more time to kick it in, but they're watching, they see, they hear, they know. So sometimes it takes the 100th time and you're tired on the 90th. You know what I mean, or 70th.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take the 100th time for it to penetrate, or it may not penetrate with that. It may not penetrate with the adult you're talking to, but the child may hear it that you're telling. And that's there's value in that. There's value in just making a little movement. Like sometimes you gotta make people just get a little movement. Like to a point where where people are around me, it's like I figured out a way to morph all my worlds into one. So I'm not really separating my worlds. I'm gonna morph them all together. And if you're gonna rock with me, at some point of the day, you gotta do this. Like you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. At some point of the day, like, you know, you have to eat a salad, bro. You're gonna be around me 2 weeks. You're
gonna have to get a vegetable.
You're gonna drink a juice. We're gonna do a set of push-ups. We're gonna take a walk. We're gonna do something like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's with, like, cause I love you, so I'm gonna let you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got OGs. I mean, my OGs and people younger, older, they know if I see them. They know I got gang members that know if I see them with a cigarette, I'm smacking it out their hand because I love you. Yeah. And like I'm a push forward at all times, and I think that's what's mandatory to do, and that's how we keep each other pushing.